Hello everyone. I am Mr. Jackaroo, but you can call me Jack. I am going to explain to you Othello. Othello is a strategy board game played on a special board. 8x8 grid, with 64 checker pieces that are black on one side and white on the other. Let's dive right in and set up the game. First, we are going to prepare the board. Place the Othello board on a flat surface, easily reached by both players. Let the players sit across from each other. Distribute the 64 checker pieces. Each player gets 32 pieces. Then each player picks a color they want to play with. Then you place them on the edge of the board. Just like this. And now you are ready to play. The goal of the game is to have the most checker pieces of your color on the face of the board. The checker pieces are black on one side and white on the other. Having the most checker pieces faced up to your color is how you win the game. The game begins with 4 checker pieces placed in the middle of the board. 2 black, and 2 white. Placed down in this way. And now the players can start making moves. The player who chose black always moves first. Players take turns placing 1 checker piece of their color on the board. A valid move must sandwich at least 1 or more of the opponent's pieces. A sandwich is when you trap opponent's checker pieces between 2 of your own, flipping them to your color. Black placed a checker piece that sandwiched 1 of white's pieces. Now this piece can be flipped into a black piece. Sandwiching can be horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. Flipping all pieces in between. Sandwiching can only be between a newly placed checker piece and an existing one of the same color. It is possible to sandwich in multiple directions in the same move. You can connect your pieces horizontally or vertically or diagonally at the same time. Here's an example. This black piece connects with another black piece vertically. But at the same time it connects with another black piece diagonally. Sandwiching would work in both directions. All pieces in between would flip to black pieces. If a player has no valid moves, they must skip their turn. This means that if a player cannot sandwich any of their opponent's pieces, they don't play their turn, so their opponent plays once more. In this situation white cannot place any of their pieces down, because they are unable to sandwich any of black's pieces. This means white would skip their turn, and black would play again. If both players have no valid moves, then the game would end. And the player with the most flipped checker pieces on the board wins the game. Here's a situation where both players cannot play. There's only 1 spot left. And both players cannot place a checker piece there, hence the game would end. And in this situation black wins, because he has more flipped checker pieces on the board. The game ends when the entire board is completely filled. All 64 pieces are placed down by the players. And now players count the number of checker pieces filled up to their color. White places down this final piece. And flips the remaining pieces. And now they will count to see the total number of checker pieces for each player. Black has 34 pieces. And white has 30. Therefore black has more pieces flipped to his color. He's the winner of the game. And now to give you a few tips for playing. Try to control the corners, they can't be flipped, and provide strong positioning. Avoid playing on the edges early, unless you can control them. Think ahead and anticipate your opponent's moves. Play defensively, to minimize your opponent's flipping opportunities. Have a strategy for the end of the game. And finally, make sure you win. Because you won't like losing. And here you go. You got through Othello explanation. Congratulations. Now you are ready to play. This game is filled with fun and competition. Let's see if you can master it. Check out our shop and add Othello to your game collection. You're about to have an amazing time with your friends and family. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Enjoy playing.